Welcome to the another video of the basic electrical engineering. In this video, we are going to learn about DC motor. When we see the equivalent circuit or the circuit diagram of a DC motor in the book, it looks like this. A DC supply is given to the DC motor and a symbol like this, that is a symbol of a brush, and then there is a circle. This circle represents your DC motor. Then there is another like a box type of thing. This again represents a carbon brush. And now the circuit is complete. This particular thing is represented by the term A and AA. And this is called armature. These armature carries the conductors. So here there are conductors, and this armature, in the center point there is a shaft, and that shaft is coupled with, we can represent it like this. This armature is coupled with motor. And this motor is connected with, this is a load or any motor or wheel, that is the purpose of it to provide torque. So here we can represent it like this, and this motor we can represent like this is connected with any device, and we can say this has got a moment of inertia J and having a friction B. And the torque which is applied here is the load torque. TL is the load torque, which is equals to J d omega by dt, where omega is the speed at which it is revolving. So if this is revolving at omega m, we can write TL is equal to J d omega by dt plus B times of omega m, where TL is the load torque, J is the moment of inertia, and B is the frictional coefficient. Omega m is the mechanical speed with which it is rotating. And the torque produced by this motor is electromagnetic torque Tm. And we can write here this is rotating at omega m, and the torque produces Tm is the electromagnetic torque. Now this conductor, how this is working, we will have a detailed explanation of it just after a while. We also need to produce a flux. That flux is shown in a couple, this coil type of thing, and it is connected over here. The starting of the coil is given F and the end of the coil is given F. As we see A and AA, this coil is having F and F, and this is called field coils. Field coil or field winding. Now the supply voltage is DC with plus and minus symbol. This 220 volt in a lab. There is a DC supply of 220 volt DC supply. You can see that this field winding is connected in parallel with the 220 volt DC supply. So obviously this field winding have a resistance nearly around 440 ohms or maybe varying around 700 ohms. Indirectly to say that the field winding resistance is usually very high. And this is the armature winding. And the resistance of armature winding of this winding is nearly 1 ohm or 1.5 ohms. and these buses are there on the top and the bottom. These buses add to the resistance because we are measuring the resistance across A and AA. So these buses and the contact resistance add up, and this becomes nearly, instead of 1.5, this becomes 5 ohms. Now obviously when we give 220 volt across 5 ohm resistance, so the current will be very high. If we talk about the current is 44 amperes, and that is very high value of current. So it will destroy the armature winding. Therefore, we need to add a very high resistance in series with the armature at the time of starting. And after the motor start revolving speed, it will attain a speed of rated speed or near to the rated speed. After that, we don't need a resistance. So that's why we need to connect a term called starter, S-T-A-R-T-E-R. The starter is used, that is given a nomenclature LFA, where A stands for armature, F stands for field, L stands for the line that is connected to the line. Now the value of the purpose of this stator is to add a very high resistance in series with the armature, so that at the initial time when the resistance is 5 ohms, then not initial time, the resistance is 5 ohms throughout the running duration also. But initially the voltage is 220 volts, and therefore the current is very high. What happened later on? Later on what happened is this armature, once it starts rotating at a rated speed, it develops its own voltage like 210 volts. Now the net voltage is 220 minus 210 divided by 5, that leads to 10 by 5, that leads to 2 amperes. The reason that, and we will have an explanation that how does this 210 volt is generated over here. That means some voltage is generated when it is rotating. When the armature rotates, it develops its own voltage, that is usually called back EMF. This back EMF is near to the rated voltage, or whatever the voltage we apply, that back EMF is very close to it, and it depends on the speed. Unless and otherwise this is an active, the motor is not active, like motor is going on a straight line and you are revolving in a straight line, then this will attain a speed say near the same rated speed or less than the rated speed. If it is going uphill, in that case also it may attain a speed, a rated speed or less than the rated speed. Unless otherwise there is a downhill, the motor will attain a speed more than the rated speed. In that case there is a reverse effect, then the voltage across here, instead of 210, it may be 250 volts. That is a special case because here we will say this is a one type of active load. So the important point that we have discussed is that this is the equivalent circuit or the circuit diagram of DC motor that is usually seen in the book. This picture we can also redraw, because this picture is done when there is a separate mechanical load is connected, or we can have a picture symbol like this where it represented by a mechanical load, and there is a J and B written, and here we can have a omega m, because it is giving a torque of TL and trying to rotate in the clockwise at a speed of omega m radian per seconds. So this is a brief introduction of the DC motor equivalent circuit. In the next video we will be seeing the detail about it.